Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm making an updated video to let you know what's been going on. Sorry I haven't updated sooner. I've just been really bummed out. As you know, if you've been watching, I had that Dollar Tree test that had a line on it that was very convincing. I had posted it up on 2 Week Wait's website, 2weekwait.com. All the girls there were congratulating me, saying, BFP, congratulations, you finally did it. And I was just so excited. So that night I went out and bought some first response test and clear blue digital test. I took the first response. I didn't really get a line on it, but I knew that just from frequenting the website I go to called 2 Week Wait, that a lot of times women can get a positive or a faint positive on one test, but then maybe take a first response or some other test and they don't get anything, and different tests can be different. So I was still, thinking I probably was pregnant. I mean, I had never, ever gotten a line like that on a Dollar Tree test, ever. I've gotten plenty of EVAPs on them. I know what those are, and they're kind of brown, and they show up after the time limit. But this was literally, the P was going across, it showed up, I could see it as soon as the P went across, and then it got darker as time went by. And by the time the 10-minute mark rolled around, it was very, very visible. It had color and everything. So I went to the doctor I had to get my blood drawn Monday morning, and I anxiously waited for the results. I made a little video after I got my blood drawn while I was still sitting out in the car waiting to drive home. I was going to upload it. I never did, kind of because I felt stupid afterwards, but they called me back and said that the nurse was really nice. She's like, I don't want to tell you this, but you're not pregnant. The test was negative. And she said something like, not only are you not pregnant, your HCG levels are 0. So that's not good. It's not even like questionable, like maybe I'm just starting out and barely had enough HCG, but they were 0. So that was not good. I just wanted to break down and cry whenever she told me that. Just been really, really depressed ever since Monday. The only thing that's kind of got me feeling a little bit better, sort of, is that I am still waiting to get into the RE to see him, and that's a long process in itself. I called my OB office to see if they had received the paperwork they need to release my medical information to the RE's office, and this was like a little over a week ago, and the lady I was speaking with said no, she had not received anything. Because the deal was, I accidentally mailed the paperwork to my RE's office, and they said, don't worry about it, we'll mail it over to your OB when we get it. But to speed things up, I was trying to have my husband go ahead and fax another copy I printed. So he was trying to fax it, kept getting a thing telling him the line was busy. So I called the OB office and said, the RE, or OB, oh my god, it's so confusing. Either way, I called to see if they had received it, yes, at the OB's office, and she told me, no, they had not received it yet. But then, like 2 minutes later, she comes back and says, oh, guess what? No, we did receive it. I double-checked. There is one here for you. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I knew my husband's copy hadn't went through. I thought possibly the RE had mailed it and had somehow already made it there really quickly. So I said, okay, well, thanks a lot. That's all I needed. Got on the phone with him. And I started thinking, well, I don't think the RE would have had time to mail it to the OB. I don't think it would have had time to get there yet. Come to find out later, my RE had faxed it. So they did have it when she said they had it, but apparently they lost it, because I called back a few days later and said, I'm just double checking again just to make sure, because I'm trying to hurry up and get into my RE. Do you have that? Do you have the medical authorization release thing? And she looked, put me on hold and looked, came back and said, no, we do not have it. And I'm like, okay, but you guys said you had it like 3 days ago, so now you're telling me you don't have it. And I called my RE office. That's how I found out that they had faxed it. So apparently they probably just lost the copy that was faxed. So the lady faxed it again. My RE's office faxed it back over to my OB's office. I did confirm once again that they had it. I'm like, are you sure that you have it? And she said, yes, they have it. So, and I told her my whole situation with what had happened and how depressed I was because I was sure I was pregnant and the test was wrong. And she said she understood and she was going to try to put a rush on it. She said there was another lady who was also in the same situation I am that needed her information sent over. So what she told me was, tomorrow I'm going to fax over what I can of your medical records to your RE, and I will mail what I can't fax. And that was on Tuesday, I believe. Either Monday or Tuesday, I'm getting confused. And today is Friday. So I called yesterday. I gave her a few days because I thought, well, she may not get to it tomorrow like she says. So I called yesterday, which was Thursday, and I said to my RE, and I asked if they had received any of my medical history, and she said no, they had not. And I said, well, is there any way possible that I could at least go ahead and get the appointment set up, because she says she's going to send it as soon as she can. And they said, no, I'm not allowed to set up an appointment until they get my medical history. So I'm like, gee, isn't that great? So I am on day 53 of my cycle, have not started my period. The day that my nurse called me back and told me I wasn't pregnant from my OB's office, she went ahead and called in a prescription for me for progesterone, I think it is, to get my period to start. Now, I am not taking it yet. I'm waiting. I was going to wait probably about 10 days at least, because just on the off chance that I may have gotten pregnant. I know that the chance is so tiny, it's probably minuscule, non-existent, but I'm just paranoid, you know. I told my husband, because we did have sex about a week ago with no protection, I said, what if, just what if possibly somehow I did get pregnant from that time? I don't want to take something that's going to make my period start and then maybe have a miscarriage. I mean, I'm paranoid like that, so and I should be after 3 years of trying. But anyway, I'm waiting about, I don't know, another 5 or 6 days if my period hasn't started. By that point, I will go ahead and start taking it. But then I also wonder, should I start taking it because if I can get into the RE, would that be a good thing for me to start it and move on to my next cycle, or should I wait and see what they say? It's so confusing. All I know is I paid $40 for it, which is ridiculous. And apparently my insurance only pays $5, because they told me $45 on the phone, and then when I went to get it with my insurance card, they said it was $40. Apparently the insurance paid $5. Whoop-de-doo, why do I have insurance? It kind of sucks sometimes. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now, waiting to get into the RE. I've been really depressed, obviously. That was just the most awful thing that's ever happened to me. Seriously. I mean, I was so excited. I was just shaking. I was so excited whenever I saw that line, and I thought, this is finally it. And I was like, you know, hallelujah. I had set up the appointment for the RE, to get in. I didn't have my appointment, but I was moving on to that step, and I thought, well, what do you know? I got pregnant, and I didn't even have to end up going to the RE. And then to find out that it was just all a big lie, basically. And I mean, I was telling the girls kind of jokingly, but I'm serious, on the message boards, that I now am going to call Dollar Tree test dream crushers, because that's what they are. Any test that will give you a line like that and then not be true, it's a dream crusher. It really is. I know I probably sound funny saying that, but I mean, literally, it was terrible. I never want to go through that again. I should have known better. I did know better. I told myself, do not believe a Dollar Tree test until you see another test. But seeing as how I've taken like 100 of them at least over the last few years, probably more than that, and never gotten anything even remotely like that, I was convinced that had to be it, but I was wrong. So anyway, thank you to everyone who watches. Thank you to my new subscribers. And if anyone who is not subscribed would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to build up a fan base here. People, hopefully women who are in my shoes, who know what I'm going through and can comment on my videos, and we can support each other. But I guess that is all for now. I'm going to try to update a little more frequently. Hopefully at least once a week I'll get an update out to you guys, just to let you know what's going on with my situation. But anyway, thank you so much for watching.